Hello and welcome to another edition of Fake News with me, Nicholas De Santo, the news program that promoted ethnostates before ethnostates were cool. Wherever you are in the world, this bulletin reaches you in your local time. Please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Also, come see me next Saturday, 18th of January in Banbury, Oxfordshire, England, as I headline a street-level comedy show this Saturday, 18th of January. Link and discount code in the description. Now let's get to the news. Widespread wildfires have devastated large swaths of Los Angeles, with 33,000 acres burned, 2,000 structures destroyed or damaged, at least 10 people killed, more than 100,000 displaced, and at least 125,000 losing electricity. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass came under fire, pardon the pun, for being abroad for an inauguration in Ghana at the height of the crisis, for having cut millions off the fire department's budget, and for a focus on hiring diversity firefighters for decades. In 2019, Karen Bass was actively considered as an option for Joe Biden's vice presidential nominee, but eventually the Democrats decided that she was not quite as competent as Kamala Harris. LA Fire Department Assistant Chief Christine Larson caused outrage when a video of her resurfaced in which she blamed the victims for being caught in fire.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Larson, the first black lesbian LAFD deputy chief on a $400,000 salary and in charge of their equity bureau, said women are as good as men in firefighting, just like they are as good in civil aviation safety, submarine quality control, and the Secret Service. Former US President Jimmy Carter was laid to rest after he died at the age of 100. Speaking at the funeral in Washington, D.C., Joe Biden said the news was devastating, as he is now officially the worst living U.S. president in history. Many Americans consider Jimmy Carter as a great president, statesman, and a decent individual. That's because these Americans are idiots and don't know their history. Several speakers eulogized Carter as a devout evangelical who taught Bible at Sunday school for decades. Then the ceremony was closed with the song Imagine, as the singers reminded the mourners that there is no heaven, no hell, no religion, and no countries. The song was Democrats' worst choice in recent history. Well, their second worst choice.
Are there people out there that feel that way? And you reminded people that yes, there are. And there are a lot of us.
As Donald Trump's inauguration approaches, feminists in the US have promised to protest his re-election by going on sex strike. Reacting to the story, Planned Parenthood said, "Now, wait a minute. Justin Trudeau announced his resignation as Canada's Prime Minister and leader of the Liberal Party, following months of parliamentary deadlock. In a press conference, Trudeau said stepping down will be an opportunity to ease tension in the Liberal Party and an opportunity for him to search for his real father." You're watching Fake News with me, Nicholas De Santo. More stories to come, but first, people often ask me, how do you come up with such funny, smart routines? Well, maybe not often enough, but people often do ask me, how do you look so much younger than your age? Well, first, I never smoked. And equally important is moisturizing and a good skincare routine. That's when T.H. Hanley comes in. I think it's T.H. Hanley. There's an accent there on the E. T.H. Hanley is the sponsor of this video, and they offer simplified, no-nonsense skincare for men. I recommend you start with their level 1 or the essential routine, which covers all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of all the grime and dirt on your skin. A 2 times a week scrub to exfoliate and remove all those dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and the PM moisturizer to keep your skin hydrated and healthy throughout the night. I'm more serious and a TV personality, so I also got the eye cream and the firming face serum to firm your skin. Of course, don't just take my word for it, try them for yourself, because TH Hanley is sponsoring this video. You can click on the link in the description to get 40% off your first skincare system and a free gift. Plus, as a member, you will get 20% off all your future purchases for life. So don't wait, click on the link to start your journey today. Tell them I sent you, and you tell them by clicking on the link th.com/Nicolas De Santo, link in the description. Go check them out. The city of Baltimore, Maryland is suing Korean car manufacturers Kia and Hyundai because their cars are allegedly too easy to get into. According to the city officials, the cars being too easy to steal is leading to the arrest of a disproportionately high number of African Americans. In Britain, the grooming gang scandal has sparked a debate again. Thousands of underage white girls from disadvantaged backgrounds were groomed and raped by gangs of predominantly Pakistani men in a dozen English towns across the country over a decade. But the UK police, local officials, and social workers ignored and covered up the crimes for fear of being called racist or for damaging diversity narratives. In some cases, the victims were blamed or their parents who were seeking justice arrested. The scandal has resurfaced after Elon Musk called out the British authorities on X. British authorities snapped back at Musk, saying he shouldn't interfere with British people's affairs. Only Pakistani gangs and illegal migrants are allowed to interfere with British people's affairs or with their children. The ruling Labour Party has fiercely opposed new inquiries into the scandal. One of the most staunchly opposed to the inquiry is Jess Phillips. Her official title, Parliamentary Under Secretary of State for the Safeguarding of Women and Children. Jess Phillips told reporters she is committed to justice, but she is even more committed to irony. Of course, one reason Ms. Phillips is against an inquiry into the mass rape of English girls is that as an English girl, she never knew the risk of being raped. Also reacting to the story, Los Angeles Fire Department Assistant Chief Christine Larson said, "If you're being raped by Pakistani gangs, you got yourself in the wrong place." That wrong place is, of course, England. And Lily Phillips, British OnlyFans model, made headlines as she announced she is training to have sex with 1,000 men in 24 hours. She had already made controversy in October when she had sex with 100 men in 24 hours, triggering a debate about the Western society, its state, and its values. Feminists blamed Korean car manufacturers Kia and Hyundai because Lily Phillips is too easy to get into. As usual, no accountability for women whatsoever. Sadly, as soon as Lily Phillips opened the application for the stunt, thousands of young, healthy men applied to join ISIS. And that's it. This brings us to the end of this edition of Fake News with me, Nicolas De Santo. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and until next time, take care.